Union City has evolved into a thriving, diverse city through decades of thoughtful change and investment. Once a small town known for its gladiola fields, it has blossomed into a hub of modern infrastructure and cultural richness. Investments in housing and transportation have paved the way for new neighborhoods like the Station District. The city's charm comes from its unique blend of historical roots and contemporary advancements, with a vibrant mix of cultures adding to its character. These deliberate changes have transformed Union City into a flourishing, inclusive, and compassionate city that continues to attract families and businesses alike. My thoughts of community service started in 1970 as a sophomore at James Logan High School. It was the first Earth Day, and us students protested and marched over to Pacific State Still because it was our city's largest polluter. Decades later, the same site, now called the Station District, has developed and continues to grow into one of our major mixed-use transit-oriented communities. What we see here is the future BART East entrance. Construction of the at-grade crossing will begin in the next few years, where it will create greater access into the shopping center and transit hub. Union City has a strategic plan, and one of the goals in our strategic plan is to create a healthy and sustainable community. Earlier this year, we finally opened a compost hub. As part of SB 1383, residents are now able to obtain loose compost at no additional charge. Bring a bag and a shovel and use the compost in your home garden to build a healthy, climate-resilient soil. We're walking in Alvarado Park. This is one of Union City's many parks that we have to offer to our residents. In the 1960s, our volunteer fire department chief, Al Rose, who lives just right down the street, donated this land so that the people of Alvarado could have a gathering place. We've made great investments into our parks that have enhanced recreational spaces and upgraded amenities. We have courts resurfaced at Veterans Memorial Park, Town Park Estates, Mariner Park, and a new play structure will soon be replaced at Seabreeze Park. These upgrades ensure that our parks remain accessible, sustainable, and vibrant spaces for everyone to enjoy for generations to come. One of my favorite projects is the Union City Boulevard Bike Lane project. I'm walking along Union City Boulevard just outside of Delane Easton Elementary School. Delane started her career here in Union City as a planning commissioner and then a city council member before moving on to the state and years of dedicated service. Union City Boulevard is currently having 2.5 miles under construction between Smith Street and our Fremont border. This project will improve bicycle and pedestrian crossings, install additional streetlights to improve lighting, new landscaping, and most importantly, improve pedestrian and bicyclist safety. In the mid-1990s, we had a very active senior community that only had a small room to meet in our Holly Community Center. Because we had redevelopment dollars available, we were able to build the Ralph and Mary Ruggieri Senior Center. Ralph and Mary were instrumental in getting this facility built. And because of that, today I'm proud to say that we have over 900 seniors from not just Union City, but surrounding cities as well. I am proud that I've served the residents of Union City for over 3 decades. In the decades that I've been involved, I am proud to say that we have planned and invested wisely, and we are well positioned as we move into the future. Thank you, everybody. And Joan is a little bit taller than me, so let me try and get this adjusted right. I have to tell you, we had so much fun making that video. It was great. As you saw, we went around town to all those different sites. And it was just a great, tremendous experience. And I'm so grateful for staff for having the creativity to make this a special evening. So good evening, and welcome to the 2024 State of the City. Thank you all for taking the time and spending your evening with us. First off, I'd like to take a moment and acknowledge the city staff who made today's State of the City possible. I think I heard Joan saying a little while ago, this is the first time for several years since before the pandemic that we've been able to get together in a live format and host our community members. For our food this evening, we're excited to be able to bring a taste of Union City through the diverse selection of light bites and refreshments from our local businesses here in town. It is a true reflection of the rich cultural heritage of our community. And given it's my last Say to the City address as your mayor, it is even more sentimental for me to be able to stand here before you today. My heartfelt thanks goes to City Manager Joan Malloy and her department staff, Deputy City Manager Jennifer Fan, Management Analyst Jonathan Segarra and Serenity Malay, as well as Administrative Specialist Johanna Oda. That incredible video we all saw a moment ago was put together by our talented Community Recreation Services Program Coordinator, Robert I'm going to say this right, Magbanua. Robert, where are you? Did I get that right? Robert Magbanua. And tonight we also have present a number of different staff members who, without their support, everything we do wouldn't be possible. From IT staff, Carlos Casasola and Brandon Sue, to all the city staff we have here in the room. Now you're going to have to indulge me because I'm going to introduce everybody. So if I miss you, let me know because I don't want to slight anybody. Okay, and with our Community and Recreation Services Department, we have Marissa Vera Lopez, our Recreation Supervisor. She's in the back of the room. Also in the back of the room, we have our Community and Recreation Services Director, Karina Hahn. From our police department, we have with us this evening Captain Andrew Holt. Where'd Andy go? There he is back there. And we also have with us Lieutenant Sergio Quintero. And we also have from the police department, I can't see that far back, but I do see somebody in uniform. Yell your name so I know who I'm looking at. Oh yeah, Sergeant Rodriguez. Thank you for being on this evening. From our Public Works Department, we have Bob Calderon, our Public Works Superintendent. Bob's in the back as well. Our City Clerk, Ty Pham, is in the back. I have listed, but I don't, oh, there she is. Our Finance Director, Jackie Acosta. Our City Attorney, Chris Cocateo, in the back. And it's an honor to have here this evening our Fire Chief, William McDonald. Where are you? Also from our fire department is our Deputy Chief, Derek Thomas, right next to William. Our Economic Community Development Director, Carmela Campbell, is here. Dr. Welcome. Our IT manager or director, excuse me, Mario Vallejo is here. There's Mario back there as well. And our transit manager, Steve Adams, is here running. And of course, he runs Union City Transit and our reinvented Union City fleet. Our former city manager, Tony Acosta, is here. Thank you, Tony, for coming on up. From our Senator Aisha Wahab's office, we have Barbara Ledesma Reinhold. Where are you? Right here. Also from Assembly Member Liz Ortega's office, we have Karishma Khatri. I got it right? Perfect. And as I do at all city events, if formers are in the room, I'm sure to recognize them. So we do have with us this evening former council member Emily Duncan. We also have city commissioners in the room, but I won't take the time to introduce them, but no, your services are just so valuable. Oh, I did not realize our Congressman Eric Swalwell staff is in the room, Madison Watkins. Oh, Madison, okay. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, on to the program here. Okay, I've done that page. Now we're turning pages. Okay, we covered all of that. All righty. Over the past year, we've made great strides and have brought collective determination for the betterment of Union City. My presentation tonight, which is about a half hour, just in case you're wondering, will reflect on our city's progress and how far we've come. That we're celebrating the achievements we have made and look forward to the vision for Union City's future. If there are any questions and comments you may have, please note we do have a comment question drop box on the back city information table. All you have to do is fill out a card and staff will certainly follow up with you after tonight's State of the City. That being said, everything we do is shaped by the City Council strategic plan. This document, in essence, is a roadmap that identifies the city's core priorities or goals over a multi-year period. In order to advance each goal, key projects and strategies are also established to provide direction for us to achieve the city's overall vision. Broadly, the 5 goals the City Council has identified are A, financial stability and sustainability, B, governance and organizational effectiveness, C, economic community development and public safety, D, environmental sustainability and infrastructure, and finally, E, communication and outreach. Using this framework, this is how we go about making budgetary or staffing decisions, as well as how we measure how well we're doing as we are serving the community. For generations, our town has been defined by its small town atmosphere, its sense of community, and rich history. It's a place where the streets are alive with the stories of those who came before us, and where the heartbeat of our town has always been powered by hard work, respect, and unity. I like to remind people that our All-America City motto was, "Many hands, one heart." We have a history of welcoming new families, but also never losing sight of where we came from. Diversity, equity, and inclusion are not just buzzwords for us. It is ingrained in our city's identity and who we are. Home to nearly 70,000 people, as many of you, I have seen our city grow and gradually evolve into the dynamic place it is today. What makes Union City genuinely special is how it has embraced our growing community as more families continue to come and call this place home. To support this, Union City responsibly sets goals, policies, and implementation programs that help increase accessibility and offers a diverse housing stock to meet existing and future needs. For example, this includes a 100% affordable housing complex in the Station District called the Station Center, Talavera Homes off of Lowry Road, and everything else in between. This represents more than just construction. It reflects our town's commitment to thoughtful, sustainable growth. I'm often asked why we continue to build housing. And the answer is that the state of California requires each city to adopt a housing element, which is a plan that prescribes how many units we have to build to address the existing and projected housing needs. Union City's housing element was certified last year in 2023, and it mandates 2,728 total units as our city's share of addressing the housing needs for California between the years of 2023 and 2031. As new residents move in, the increased housing will bring benefits for everyone, including more opportunities for local businesses and new friendships. This is not just about adding more homes. It's about building a stronger, more inclusive, and more vibrant community where everyone feels they belong. It's about ensuring that future generations have a place to live, work, and thrive, a town they're proud to call home. Union City also has a capital improvement program which identifies key projects in the areas of land development, safety, transportation, sustainability, and infrastructure. These projects support continued economic development and improves the city's parks, roads, bikeways, facilities, and transit systems. And I have to apologize. I do realize that I forgot to introduce my fellow council member, Scott Sakakihara. Scott, where are you? I got to give you a shout out. So, the things we think about is you're talking about other things. So in any case, so as I was saying, these projects support continued economic development and improve the city's parks, roadways, bikeways, facilities, and transit systems. We currently have 79 projects on our capital improvement program that are identified. For example, as we saw in the video earlier, there are improvements to Old Alvarado Park, among many other parks throughout the city, and the Union City Boulevard Bike Lanes project, among other roadway projects underway. Also in the video, I mentioned Pacific State Steel Corporation at the outset. Because of redevelopment and getting the right special master in place, we have been able to develop the station district to where it is today. The work is still not done, and it has been a long process. And with that said, Union City is so fortunate to have the staff that we have in place to continue the work on the vision that has been evolving for so many years. Real examples of the progress can be seen as we look toward opening the east entrance of the BART station, as mentioned in the video. Before we can open the at-grade pedestrian crossing out to the east entrance of the BART station, the California Public Utilities Commission and Union Pacific Railroad requires the closure of a crossing in the city to mitigate risk. The crossing at I Street was identified as the most feasible option to consider for closure. Beyond that, the city is also making improvements to several other railroad crossings throughout the city with the help of transportation dollars and not general fund monies. Moreover, Quarry Lakes Parkway, a new roadway between Mission Boulevard in Union City and Paseo Padre Parkway in Fremont, is a critical multimodal local road that provides the backbone infrastructure needed to support the build out of the Station District area, namely for public safety, access to local schools, parks, homes, businesses, and our BART station. Union City is identified to become home to a future intercity rail station, which will include the Altamont Corridor Express, connecting the East Bay to Sacramento, the Central Valley, and eventually high-speed rail. We also have on order 14 fully electric buses to replace Union City Transit's bus fleet. By converting to electric buses, not only do we reduce our greenhouse gas emissions and carbon footprint, but we demonstrate our commitment to being a leader against the climate crisis, adapting to climate impacts, and increasing the livability and well-being for Union City residents. Our adopted budget does also include funding to update our climate action plan in the coming year. These actions altogether represent Union City's efforts in doing our part to plan for a more sustainable and climate resilient future. Under the strategic plan, the city also highlights the importance of public safety. Our Union City Police Department, UCPD, is committed to purpose-driven policing. This means that as a city, we listen, learn, and are responsive to those we serve. Through purpose-driven policing, UCPD remains focused on aligning its policing efforts with community priorities and goals rather than merely reacting to incidents. Our police department emphasizes building relationships in the community, understanding and being proactive to community concerns, and deploying strategies and solutions that address the root cause of crime and the fear of crime. We continually get questions about the city's crime rate. Based on the data that's been collected, as seen here, and also posted on the city's website, crimes against persons and crimes against property have been on a downward trend. As many are aware, the city implemented a district policing model where a district commander is assigned to each district, as shown, well, will be shown, there it is, as shown on this map. Residents can directly communicate with their district commanders to discuss issues and concerns. In the few short months that district policing has been in effect, we've received positive feedback, and it has allowed UCPD to better interact with and understand the needs of the community. For several years, Coffee with Cops has been in place in addition to National Night Out. The format of National Night Out has changed over the years. It originally started out as encouraging each neighborhood to hold its own event. Then it transitioned to 4 different locations throughout the city. And from there, we landed on our current format with 1 location for the entire city at Union Landing. This past August, we had a record-breaking turnout with over 6,000 people. That attendance surpassed all prior years. Additionally, our Union City Police Department collaborates with other departments to bring additional community events to the city. In partnership with the Community and Recreation Services Department, a summer baseball program was created by Lieutenant Sergio Quintero called Summer Sandlot, which allowed our police officers to interact and develop relationships with the community's youth and their parents. It is an opportunity to teach and promote physical fitness, hard work, sportsmanship, and teamwork. As we have witnessed in action, this approach has proven effective to improve overall public safety and quality of life in Union City by fostering collaboration between our police department, community members, and all other stakeholders. Homelessness is an issue on top of everyone's mind. I want to thank the incredible volunteers who braved the cold this past January to make our point-in-time count a reality. This count, conducted nationwide every 2 years, represents a crucial moment for us to take stock and truly see the individuals in our community who are experiencing homelessness. In 2022, Union City's count recorded 489 people that were unhoused. This year, we recorded only 190. This is an extraordinary 61% decrease. While this is a significant milestone, we must acknowledge that even 1 homeless person is too many, and our work is far from finished. Homelessness is not a crime, nor a problem that simply disappears. It's an ongoing challenge that cities across the country continue to face. But with determination, continued collaboration with other agencies, and heart, we can make even greater strides together. Our commitment is exemplified by the 2 full-time employees we have put on staff that are dedicated to providing outreach and services to those in need. Union City is the first city that put in place a safe overnight parking program that we call Caravan. This initiative, in partnership with Union City Family Center, local community groups, and faith-based organizations, provides families and individuals living in their cars a safe, temporary place to park and sleep. As of our last count, we have 64 vehicles in the program, supporting 66 adults, 17 children, and even 18 pets. We have also been able to help 4 individuals from the Caravan program secure housing in this last year. This past year, Union City partnered with Bay Area Community Services and the City of Hayward, and we received a Home Key grant for Scattered Sites projects. The project seeks to purchase single-family homes to rehabilitate them into supportive housing for individuals experiencing homelessness. While we know it's just a start, our focus remains on aiding our most vulnerable populations, whether that's those who are housing insecure or experiencing food insecurity, or simply just want to have a meal with a friendly face. We have programs available such as those offered by Centro de Servicios that provides a food distribution program, and Spectrum Community Services that provides lunches here at our senior center 4 days a week. Each small victory counts. It's a reminder that every life changed and every person helped matters profoundly. Together, we can continue to turn the tide and give hope to those who need it most. Let's keep going. There is more work to be done, and we're in it together. We are proud to announce the adoption of the 2024 Tri-City Local Hazard Mitigation Plan update just last month. This is a multi-jurisdictional plan that geographically covers the entire area within the boundaries of the cities of Fremont, Newark, and Union City, as well as the service areas of the special districts of Alameda County Water District and the Union Sanitary District. The purpose of the 2024 Tri-City Local Hazard Mitigation Plan is to reduce or eliminate long-term risk to people and property, critical facilities and infrastructure, natural and historic cultural resources, and other community assets from future hazard events and natural disasters. After months of working to develop the plan with our neighboring agencies as well as community members, the document was submitted and recently was approved by the California Governor's Office of Emergency Services and the Federal Emergency Management Agency. What this also means is that communities with an approved plan are eligible for pre- and post-disaster mitigation grant funding. As important as it is for us to have a plan, it is also important for your families to be prepared. As mayor, I am the chair of the Union City Disaster Council. The Disaster Council meets periodically and consists of city staff and representatives from outside agencies such as PG&E, Alameda County Water District, and Union Sanitary District. As we know, emergencies can strike at any time, whether it's a natural disaster like an earthquake or the just happened Hurricane Helene that claimed over 112 lives and over 500 people are still missing, or events like power outages, accidents, or medical crises. Personal emergency preparedness isn't just a good idea, it's a necessity. It's about ensuring that when the unexpected happens, we're not caught off guard. We have the tools, knowledge, and plans in place to protect ourselves and our loved ones. First and foremost, preparedness is about safety and peace of mind. Having a plan and the right supplies can save lives. Do you know how you would respond if a fire broke out in your home? At a minimum, you should have a fire alarm and a fire extinguisher in your home. What if a major storm left you without power for several days? These are real possibilities that require more than just thinking, I'll figure it out when the time comes. A well-thought-out plan ensures you have clear steps to follow when every second counts. Personal preparedness isn't just about you. It's about your family, your community, your pets, and the people you care about. When you're prepared, you're in a position to help others. So how can we start? We have a robust community emergency response team program called CERT that offers many classes online and in person. Through the CERT program, participants not only learn how to aid their families, neighborhoods, and communities, but also work together as a team to support one another and our public safety professionals during times of need. Another one of our strategic plan goals is for communication and outreach and building stronger connections with community partners, residents, and employees. So we continually look for ways to communicate and engage with the public. Besides our efforts to bolster community preparedness, this year, for the first time ever, we held district dialogue meetings that were a spinoff from last year's district policing meetings. This series allowed community members to come together and participate in meaningful conversations with city leaders. Not only was this an opportunity to learn about and discuss critical issues facing Union City, but information was provided on city services and resources, and the many projects that are underway. We've covered so much today, but this all wouldn't be possible without a disciplined approach to maintaining and fostering our fiscal health. This past June, the City Council adopted a balanced operating budget, which is now available online for public review. This year, we are projected to have a small surplus of $300,000. Although we currently maintain a healthy general fund reserve, projections show a structural budget deficit of nearly $3 million annually starting next fiscal year, as shown in the graph on the right side of this screen in front of you now. So when you're looking at the red lines going at the bottom half of that slide, that's our structural deficit every year. That means we're spending more money than we're bringing in. As seen in the graph on the left, that's our general fund reserve forecast. If we do nothing, we will cross our City Council designated minimum reserve dollar amount in 2029, 2030. That's where the blue arrow is going upward and the red line and the blue line intersect. The minimum reserve is equivalent to 10 weeks of funds to operate the city. We continue to be a self-help city, meaning we ask our voters to help the city's financial outlook to ensure we are able to maintain the services residents deserve and expect. In July, the City Council voted to ask the voters to consider an amendment to our city's business license tax. Because Councilmember Singh and myself are business owners, we were not able to participate in the conversations until the Fair Political Practice Commission ruled that we could. So we were able to vote on the issue in July. So you will see on the upcoming November ballot, Measure QQ, which introduces several changes. These changes are: 1, reducing business categories. Measure QQ will change the existing structure by shifting to a gross receipts model and reducing the number of business categories from 65 down to 7. 2, a differential rate structure. Businesses will be taxed based on their specific category and gross receipts. 3, lower base tax rates. The base tax rate, which is a flat amount all businesses pay, will be reduced by 10% across all categories. 4, revenue for city services. Measure QQ is expected to generate an additional $3.5 million annually in revenue to the city. These funds will stay local, supporting vital city services and infrastructure improvements. It's also worth mentioning that the proposed amendments to the business license tax will not affect residents who do not own or operate a business in Union City. For the businesses, any future increases will also be limited to the change in consumer price index. Because a staple of our strategic plan is financial stability and sustainability, it's important to note that should Measure QQ pass, the city will still face a structural budget deficit in future years. Let me repeat that. It's important to note that even if QQ passes, we are still facing a structural deficit in the future years. As a result, the city's long-term financial outlook is always a part of the conversation around current financial decisions. Also on the ballot this November is the mayor's seat. I'm termed out, and the council member seat for District 1. Last night, the League of Women Voters held a Union City Mayor and Council Candidates Forum in our City Council chambers. I encourage you to go to the League of Women Voters Fremont, Newark, and Union City YouTube channel or station and watch the forum. Voting matters because the mayor and city council as a body, no one person does it alone, set the direction of policies for the city. We encourage everyone to stay engaged and make your voice heard by voting. As I conclude my final State of the City address, as your mayor, I am deeply thankful for the privilege to serve this incredible community. Being elected mayor capped over 2 decades of volunteering and public service, a path shaped by my roots as a third-generation Union City resident. Growing up in Dakota and now living in Alvarado, I've witnessed our city's transformation and shared in its growth. Together, we've built a more vibrant, inclusive, and compassionate Union City. Though my time as mayor is coming to an end, my commitment to our community remains strong. I will continue to keep the best interest of our residents at heart in my future public service endeavors. Thank you for the trust, support, opportunity to lead and represent Union City locally, regionally, nationally, and internationally. My car is on autopilot, so I may accidentally show up at City Hall for council meetings. I am not going anywhere, and I look forward to seeing you all around town, and I look forward to resuming my Ladies of Safely meetings. Thank you, everybody, so very much.